Hello, and welcome back for our last match with Twinblade in Legacy. We are on the draw. Our opponent is mulliganing to 6, and we are keeping hand with Stoneforge Mystic and Force of Will. So the Scalding Tarn is definitely getting a Tundra. Our opponent's going to 5. Possibly Varian Leggy, possibly Dredge. I think I might be keeping Force of Will more eagerly now that I've been playing Vintage a bunch. It's interesting to see like how playing a format informs my valuation of specific cards, and Force of Will has definitely gotten better in my eyes lately. I don't know if that's because I've actually been playing against more combo, or just because like I've primed myself to like Force of Will because it is so often a game-defining play in Vintage. Also, opponent keeping 5, passing with no land is warning lights, but we have Force of Will and just drew another, so pretty happy about that. I'll be interested to see what our opponent's first play is. A Plains. A basic Plains. And a Mother of Runes. Okay. Well. Alright. Not force willing a Mother of Runes. It's not happening. Don't ask. We don't even have removal in our hand. Okay, so my money is on opponent misclick mulliganed one hand, although that one's harder nowadays because they have the buttons keep and mulligan. So like, harder to misclick mulligan with keep mulligan rather than yes no. But possibly misclicked either mulligan and had plains and or mother had at least plains in their opening hand and just clicked through their turn on accident. Basically, I'm willing to give my opponent the benefit of the doubt in this spot. It's possible I should have played Flooded Strand and gotten plains and then got an island with Scalding Tarn, but now that we're in on the dual land plan, we're in on the dual land plan. We just could have had all of our colors. So, Jit, the card that's going to pick apart any Mother of Runes deck. The thing that's going to force it through is Deceiver Exarch. Oh, well then. I am okay with this. We have another one of those. So, it's always fun to see who's willing to attack with the Stoneforge, attack with the Mother of Runes, and who just like wants it to be flag bearer no matter what. But it looks like this person wants to give us the business. So I can support that. Regardless, being on a mulligan isn't going to help. Having to face down a turn 4 Jace isn't going to help. This Force Will probably isn't going to help. So we're going to get a volcanic island and brainstorm with our Jace. Since cast, equip, ship into a protection shield is probably not where I want to be with this turn. I think we can probably do a little bit better. I mean, if I knew that the top card of my deck was going to be Splinter Twin, then I would have pitched Jace. But absent that, I think you have to ship to Super Exarch. I think our opponent might just be lagging pretty hard. I can't imagine why someone with Scrubland up is just tanking forever on this fetch land activation. I'll be right back. Okay, so our opponent timed out of our last game, but whatever. So we are going to continue on with this game. We're on the play. We have Ponder on the play, and Twin plus Exarch. So I think we're going to keep this one. We've got like 23 lands. We're a pretty good favorite to hit with Ponder. Obviously, it would be nice to hit 2 lands with Ponder, but we won't be picky. Oh, look, all 3. Well, snap this one off. So yeah, we hawk for our remaining 2 hawks, and then we cast Exarch, and then we cast Twin. Obviously, we need to actually draw a red source, but whatever. We'll do it. Well, our opponent trying to get lucky by not letting us play Magic. Not gonna work. Not gonna use the ability. If we had the ability to get to Jace at any point soon, I would worry more about like not casting these Squadron Hawks for Suntail Hawk value, but I'm more just interested in getting on the board. Also, we're just peeling lands at like the perfect intervals to make our opponent look real dumb with their mana denial strategy. It's great. Like at some point our opponent has to start playing Magic. There they go. And if we draw a land here, then we can Exarch their port and have force for their plow. Oh, hello. There we are. Well, Not quite what we were looking for, but I think we just want to brainstorm. Okay, so we hit our land. Get our Squadron Hawk and fetch land back. And Exarch our opponent's planes, I think. Since we know that we're drawing a 5th land. They could have Wasteland, which isn't unreasonable. Nah, I just want to cut them off of colors. Make them make decisions. So they have to have a 3rd plow here to make good. And I am willing to move in on that. Moving in. Moving on in. Moving in on Splinter Twin. And we win! We are victorious. Congratulations to the victors, for that is us. So, game 2. We want all of the stuff that blows up the artifacts and the true name nemesis and the aura of silence. That's us. And I'm not super into Exarch Twin. And now they have a bunch of plows, and they all basically suck, with the lone exception of hitting our Sower of Temptation, which is like whatever. So I imagine they're going to board pretty heavily to beat this. They might even have enchantment. They might even have enchantment removal, that sort of thing, and they're going to play with mana up a lot. So let's beat them with your name nemesis. The pseudo transform, if you will. This is not a good hand. This is a very bad hand. We will mulligan. This is a perfectly reasonable hand, although nothing to write home about, certainly. So, likely card pitching to Force Will is Sower of Temptation. Since Mother of Runes somewhat invalidates that. They just have to be glutted on 3 drops, I suppose. Which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so we're basically straight blue-white once we've cut the Splinter Twins. So, what do we put back? Jace, because we want it. keep Sower because we also want it. Put back true name and play Plains Jit and have Sower to pitch to Force and have true name to cast next turn. I'm literally just trying to cast my spell here. Can we please not make a big production of it? All of these cards add blue. Okay. You. I choose you. I choose you, MTG Vector. And if they Council's Judgment us, which they need a third land for, then we have Force Will for that. They have Sword of Fire and Ice. That's fine, I think. We just attack, we suit up Jit, attack, roll this down and plow in their upkeep. True Name Jit is probably one of the more bogus things to do to a fair deck that I can imagine. Also, it's not you. If you're watching, the program is just lagging really hard because I guess that's what it does. I guess sometimes it does that. And kill this. And kill that. Kill both of your things. This is the joy of True Name plus Jit against the mono white deck. Sometimes you twin, and sometimes you steamroll them with a nigh uninteractable combo. Alright. Well, time to cast Jace and start drawing cards. These are not good. Well, time to kill his Mind Sensor for the low price of half of the trigger on Umuso SGT. Which is, you know, bargain basement and all that. Also, wastelanding against a True Name Nemesis, Jit, and Jace has to just be like the most demoralizing thing ever. I mean, I've seen my opponent name enough to know that, like, they're good. It's just like, it's rough. And it's dead. put Dark Blast on an activated ability and gave the ability to gain it twice a turn? That merits some discussion, I think. Also, I could have, like, done something sweet, like untap all my lands by using a card that isn't Umezawa's Jitte, but really, why would you do that when you can put counters on a card so that your opponent can't play Magic? Just doesn't make sense. Why do anything but this exact thing? So if I take it, oh no, he can equip. Okay. Finally, we have a card that merits a Force of Will. I would not like to shuffle my library. I would like to brain my opponent. 3, 5. Okay, they are dead. They're dead. Cool. That is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. That is True Name Nemesis, Umezawa's Jitte, Splinter Twin, Deceiver, Exarch, Squadron Hawk, and Stoneforge Mystic. I hope you enjoyed the videos. I will be back next week. Have a good weekend.